All right, Shalom. All praises due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, and Shalom to you brothers that's pushing this truth and sincerity. I'm Karata Zakbar, back with another show. And this show, I'm going to be focusing on the book of Matthew, chapter 13, verse 12, where it speaks about whosoever hath and whosoever hath not. All right. So we're going to jump right into it. So this is Matthew's chapter 13, verse 12, and it reads, "For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away, even that he hath." That's right, so I'm going to read it again, break it down. So it reads, "For whosoever hath, to him shall be given." Yeah, so for whosoever hath what? It's talking about having the knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, all right, having his word, okay, first and foremost, faith in Yahweh Shah and the knowledge, okay, and walking in the spirit of Yahweh Shah. So that's what the Lord is going to give you, all right, this truth, this knowledge. So it reads, "For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance." Yeah, so if you have this word in you, and what? You're keeping his word, all right, or keeping his knowledge in you, then what? The Lord is going to increase you, all right? The Lord is going to increase you in this word. He's going to increase you in knowledge and increase you so you can endure and what? Bring forth, righteous works. All right. But it says, "But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away, even that he hath." Yeah, so whosoever hath not, it says, "But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away, even that he hath." Yeah. So whosoever hath not, yeah, because you have this word, but what? Is the word is not abiding in you. So if you have this word and you don't have, if the word is not abiding in you, all right, or you're not holding on to this knowledge, what? The Lord is going to take it away from you, all right, even that you have. Let's get an example. Let's read about the parable of the sower. So this is Matthew chapter 13, verse 3. It says, "But he spake many things unto them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow. And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up. Some fell upon stony places where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deepness of earth. And when the sun was up, they were scorched. And because they had no root, they withered away. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. But others fell into good ground and brought forth fruit, some 100-fold, some 60-fold, some 30-fold. Who have an ear to hear, let him hear." Now let's jump down where the Lord breaks the parable down. So this is verse 18. It says, "Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When anyone hear the word of the kingdom and understandeth it, then cometh the wicked one and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. This is he which receiveth seed by the wayside." Yeah, that's right. And you have examples of that today, where you have, the brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching, and somebody might come up. He might comes up and listen. In his word, he might be believing it. Okay, and that's the word being, sown in him. But he might be with somebody, a cousin, a family member, or his woman, and Satan jump on that person that he's with to pull him away. All right, to pull him away from getting this truth or getting this understanding. All right, so that person is pulled away from the word where the seed cannot be sown in him. All right, so what the word that he had was taken away from him, very quickly. Let's read on. Verse 20. But he that receiveth the seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receive it. Yeah, so this person, he receives the word, and receive it with joy, man. He come out there on the highways and byways, listen to the prophets, receive the word of the kingdom, all right, believing in on Yahweh Shah, going out there, and he starts going out there and doing the works, all right, and teaching the word of the Lord. Verse 21 says, yet have he not root in himself, but endureth for a while. Yeah, so this person have not root in himself, all right, even though he endured for a while, go out there on the highways and byways, he might be teaching for a few years, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, etc. But not have root, okay? Because what? He's not rooted in Yahweh Shah. Let's read. For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended. Yeah, because what? In this truth, what? We got to bear our cross. All right? We're gonna go through things. We're going to be tried. We're gonna have to go through persecution, tribulation. All right, but you're gonna have some men that's not gonna be able to endure persecution, endure tribulation. Okay, they get tired of catching hell for Yahweh Shah's sake. So it reads, so it says, by and by he is offended. Yeah, so by and by he's offended. So, and we have many examples of that. Guys who have left the truth and put off Yahweh Shah because what? They not applying the scriptures in their situations that they go through. Okay? And that's an example of them, having a word, but really not having a word because they're not applying the scriptures in a day-to-day life. Okay? So what? Eventually, that knowledge that they have is going to be taken away from them. Okay? So verse 23 says, but he that receiveth seed into, verse 22, he also that receiveth seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the cares of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he become unfruitful. Yeah, so the cares of this word, this person who had the truth, but what? The cares of the world and the riches, choke the word, okay? So this person, the world was more important than the knowledge that he had, or the riches of the world was more important than doing the work of the Lord. All right, and therefore he becomes unfruitful. So this person is not being occupied in the truth or in the faith, he's not being occupied doing the works of the Lord. So he becomes unfruitful. All right, and eventually what? They will fall off. Why? Because the knowledge will be taken away from him. All right. Don't just the scriptures speak about being lukewarm? The Lord was if you're not hot or cold, the Lord either wants you hot or cold. But if you're lukewarm, the Lord is gonna spew you out of His mouth. All right. So these are examples of the knowledge that men once had being taken away from them. Why? Because the knowledge that they have is that it's not really rooted in them, all right? Or they're not being rooted in Yahweh Shai, even though they had the scriptures, all right? Or the understanding of the scriptures. Verse 23, but he that receiveth seed into the good ground is he that heareth the word and understandeth it, which also beareth fruit and bringeth forth some an hundredfold, some 60, and some 30. Yeah, so the ones, that hear the word and understand it, they count the cost. They know what they're getting into, all right? And with the mindset of, look, enduring unto the end, no matter how long it takes. Those are the ones that's going to bear fruit. They're going to go out there on the highways and byways and increase in righteousness and teach others and bring others into the faith. Okay? So it says bear fruit and bring it forth some hundredfold, some 60-fold, some 30-fold. All right? So they're going to increase in the knowledge that was given into them. And the Lord is going to give them more abundance. The Lord is going to increase them. All right. So why? Because they have the knowledge in doing the righteous works. So from there, let's get the book of James. No, Salakia, the book of John, chapter 15. I'll start from verse 1. It's John 15:1 says, I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman. Yeah, so Yahweh Shai, he's the true vine, all right, and the most high, is the husbandman, all right, or the farmer. Verse 2, it says, every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away. Yeah, so every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh it away. All right. Which the branch represents what? The ones who's supposed to be doing the works. All right. But the branches that's not bearing fruit, you take those you cut those branches off. Okay. Which is another example of whoso haveth not. All right. Which is, the righteous works. So it says every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away. And every branch that beareth fruit, he purgeth it, that it may bring forth more fruit. Yeah, so, but every branch that beareth fruit, okay, which are the righteous men that are doing the works of the Lord, doing the works of Yahweh Shai. So it says every branch that beareth fruit, he purgeth it, okay, or meaning to prune, all right, or you when you purge a tree or the tree branches, you will prune it, okay, by cutting off the undesirable pieces, all right, or the diseased part of the branches, or anything that can hinder, the branches from bearing fruit or, growing strong. So you have to purge it, okay? And that's the Lord. He's going to, purge the elect, okay? From their wickedness. So it says, in every branch that bringeth fruit, he purgeth it, that it may bring forth more fruit. Yeah. And so the Lord is going to increase you. What? The Lord is going to increase you in the knowledge, man, so you can bring forth, the works of righteousness, bring forth fruit, okay? Now ye, now verse 3 it says, now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you. Abide in me, and I in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abide in the vine, no more can ye, except ye abide in me. Yeah, so we gotta abide in Yahweh Shah. All right. I read it again. It says, abide in me, and I in you. Yeah, so that's what it's about. We have to believe on Yahweh Shah and abide in him, keep his word. All right. We have to put on Yahweh Shah. We have to abide in him, and he in us. Okay. Scriptures speak about Yahweh Shah knocketh at the door. If any man open, he shall come in and sup with him. All right. So it's the Lord that increaseth us in this faith and this knowledge. So it says, abide in me and I in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abide in the vine, no more can ye, except ye abide in me. I am the vine, ye are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. For without me, ye can do nothing. Yeah, so there you go. And you have the ones that, you have a lot of men that's not abiding in the Lord, that put off the Lord, okay? Put off the works of the Lord. So from there, I want to get the book of Luke chapter. Let's get the book of Luke chapter 9. Let's read, start from verse 23. It says, and he said unto them all, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. Yeah, so if any man is going to come after the Lord, you have to deny yourself. All right? And take up his cross daily. Yeah, so you got to take up your cross daily and follow the Lord. Okay? So, this is our calling, man. We put off our own life to what? Walk in Yahweh Shah. So it reads, verse 24 says, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it. But whosoever will lose his life for my sake, the same shall find it. Yeah, we lost our lives for the sake of Yahweh Shah. We put off our lives in this world. So what? And we walk in the Lord and go through the sufferings and the persecution to what? To gain our life in eternal with Yahweh Shah in the kingdom of heaven. Okay? But you have some who put off Yahweh Shah to seek their lives in this world. Okay? But what? Ultimately, they're going to lose the life that they're seeking, man. Because the things of the world are temporary. All right? You only could get a temporary pleasure in seeking your life in this world. But the world to come is eternal. All right? Through our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shah. So, verse 24 says, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it. But whosoever will lose his life for my sake, the same shall find it. For what is a man advantage if he gain the whole world and lose himself or be cast away? Yeah, that's right. And you have many examples of men trying to gain the world and lose themselves, man, and be casted away. All right? And there's many examples in the scriptures. Men who fell away from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Verse 26, for whosoever shall be ashamed of me and of my words. Read again, it says, for whosoever shall be ashamed of me and of my words, of him shall the Son of Man be ashamed when he shall come in his glory, when he shall come in his own glory and in his Father's and of the holy angels. Right? So if you're ashamed of the Lord is going to be ashamed of you. Okay? And you have men that are ashamed into, continuing in doing the works, who have put off Yahweh Shah, all right, and went right back into the world. Putting the Lord into, a open shame. So what Yahweh Shah is going to do when he comes back, the Lord is going to be ashamed of you, man. For what? Being weak, for not enduring, all right, for not being increased in the word of the Lord. So from there, I want to get one more, get the parable of the talents. Let's go to Matthew chapter 25. Start from 14. And it reads, for the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. Yeah, so that man traveling to a far country represents Yahweh Shah. Okay? Because Yahweh Shah, he sits at the right hand of the Father. Okay? Yahweh Shah, he went back into the heavens, but he's soon going to return again when he makes his second coming. So it says, the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. Yeah. And we represent the servants of Yahweh Shah, and we have the goods that he have delivered unto us, which is the riches of the world. Salakia, slip of tongue. The riches of the word. All right, the knowledge, the word of the Lord, the wisdom, knowledge, understanding. Okay, those are the goods that Yahweh Shah left us. Verse 15. And unto one he gave 5 talents, and another 2, and to another 1, and to every man according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey. Yeah, so these men have, the talents of the Lord, all right, or the money or the goods, all right, which is, different portions of the spirit, all right, different portions of, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, faith, charity, brotherly love, etc. Everything, that is the different gifts that is written about that have been given unto us by Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Verse 16. Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same and made them other 5 talents. Yeah, so the one that had 5 talents, which is the most, went and traded and made 5 more talents. So he invested those talents and brought forth he doubled the money, pretty much. Okay, so he took the the level of knowledge that he had and increased. Verse 17. And likewise, he that had received 2, he also gained other 2. But he that had received 1 went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money. Yeah, so the one that had the 1 talent didn't increase his talent. He hid the Lord's money. Okay? So this represents someone who had knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, but did nothing with it. All right? Wasn't doing the works. So what? They sat on that talent, or they hid that talent. Okay? And after, so verse 19, after a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckon with them. And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained besides them 5 talents more. His Lord said unto him, Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. Yeah, so when Yahweh Shah comes back, he's gonna basically bring salvation to the righteous men that were doing the works. All right, that did what they were supposed to do with the knowledge that they have obtained from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Went out there and teach the works, turn many unto righteousness. All right. Kept the faith, charity, love towards the brotherhood, etc. Verse 21. Verse 22. He also that had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents besides them. His Lord said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art an hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast thine. Slakis is low. There thou hast that is thine. And so this one that had the 1 talent went and hid the talent in the earth. Okay, so pretty much he did nothing with the knowledge of of the Lord that he had. All right. So this is example of a slothful person, one who wasn't doing the works, one who was lukewarm, one who wasn't brotherly, one who had no charity. Okay, one who was taken by the cares of the world, one who fell out of the truth, wanted to pursue a life in the world. So these are some examples. So verse 26, his Lord answered and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant. Yeah, wicked and slothful. Why? Because he wasn't occupied in the works. Thou knowest that I reap where I sowed not, and gather where I have not stored. Yeah, because the Lord, he's coming back to reap the benefits. All right, we're the laborers. We're the ones that's doing the works of righteousness. Okay, and Yahweh Shai, he's gonna come back to reap the benefits. Okay, And what he's coming back to reap? The elect. Because we out there laboring to what? To wake up the elect. And Yahweh Shai, he's gonna come back and gather them. All right. Thou artist, therefore, to have put my money in the exchanger, and then at my coming I should have received my own with usury. Take therefore the talent, because this one who had the one talent ain't do nothing with the money, all right, or the talents that he have, where Yahweh Shai can come back and profit off of it. Take therefore the talent from him and give it unto him which have 10 talents. Yeah, so that talent is going to be taken from that person and given unto another. Okay. Hey, and that happens in the truth. Hey, you might see someone fall off, the knowledge taken from him, and what? The Lord wakes somebody else up, all right, and give them that knowledge of understanding of the truth. Verse 29. For unto everyone that hath shall be given. Yeah, so there you go. For unto everyone that hath shall be given. And it mentions the ones who had the 5 talent, gained more talents. The 2 talents, the ones who gained 2 other talents. All right, so this represents the ones that the Lord is going to increase in the faith. And he shall have abundance, but from him that have not shall be taken away, even which that he have. Yeah, and there's many examples of that. All right, there's many guys that are examples of having this knowledge, but what ultimately the Lord have taken that knowledge away from them, and ultimately because they was not rooted in Yahweh Shai. And what? They had this word, they taught this word, but this word really wasn't in them, okay? And they ultimately lack faith in Yahweh Shai. All right? So, with that, hope you brothers learn something. I'm going to say all praises due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash, double honors to the apostles of GMS, and Shalom to the elect. Shalom.